If you're a black woman over 60 and still wearing certain dress styles that belonged to your 40s and 50s, you might be unintentionally aging yourself instead of elevating your presence. The truth is, style evolves, and the dresses that used to work may not be doing you justice anymore. Today we're breaking down the 7 dress styles that deserve to retire from your wardrobe and the stunning alternatives that highlight your shape, your confidence, and your timeless beauty. Welcome back to Age with Style, where mature women come to refine their wardrobes without losing their personality. Your 60s are not the time to dim your shine. They're a chance to dress with intention, grace, and a little more wisdom than before. This isn't about limiting what you wear. It's about choosing pieces that make you feel powerful every time you step out. And for every don't I mention today, I'll give you a gorgeous do that flatters beautifully. Let's get into it. Dress number 1 is the ultra mini dress, the kind that stops well above mid-thigh and relies on shock value more than sophistication. On a mature woman, especially past 60, this cut tends to shift the focus in the wrong direction. Instead of bringing attention to your grace, your posture, or the natural beauty of your skin, the extreme length can make the outfit feel forced, as if you're trying to squeeze into a version of yourself from decades ago. It also doesn't give the balanced proportions that flatter a mature figure. Ultra-mini hems often break the body line too abruptly, making the silhouette look shorter and less elegant. A much more refined option is a knee-length or midi dress that lands at the slimmest part of your leg. That length is universally flattering, and when paired with the right cut, it creates a clean, confident outline. A-line dresses skim over the body in the most graceful way, offering movement without clinging to places you would rather not emphasize. This shape gives you room to breathe while still maintaining structure, and it allows the eye to travel down the body naturally. You look polished, intentional, and put together without sacrificing comfort. One of the most beautiful upgrades for black women in this age range is the wrap dress, especially in bold prints or dual-tone patterns. Wrap styles draw in the waist, elongate the torso, and soften the overall silhouette. They highlight curves without overpowering them, and frame the neckline in a way that feels feminine and elegant. The combination of a midi hem and a wrap cut offers exactly what women over 60 deserve: an elevated, modern look that celebrates maturity instead of competing with youth. You still show personality, but the presentation is graceful, not rushed. Dress number 2 is the spaghetti strap or strapless dress, and this one becomes more challenging with age for reasons that have nothing to do with confidence and everything to do with structure. Spaghetti straps are thin by design, and on mature shoulders they often dig in, highlight areas you'd rather soften, or simply fail to offer enough support for the bust. Strapless dresses can be even trickier. They demand constant adjusting, they slip, they shift, and they require the kind of firm, youthful elasticity that most of us happily leave behind after a certain age. Instead of giving elegance, these styles can draw attention to the upper arm and shoulder area in ways that feel unbalanced. The result isn't usually polished, it's more often fussy, and any time you're tugging at your dress, the sophistication disappears instantly. A far better direction is to choose dresses with sleeves that add structure, shape, and softness all at once. Cap sleeves are a beautiful starting point because they gently frame the shoulder without adding bulk. Flutter sleeves go even further by adding movement and a whisper of femininity, which looks incredible on mature women. And then there's the universally flattering 3/4 sleeve, a timeless option that gives the perfect amount of coverage while still showing a bit of skin. These styles create harmony in the upper body, and they offer the kind of support and visual balance that spaghetti straps and strapless bodices simply can't provide. They keep everything secure without tightening or compressing, and they bring a sense of quiet confidence to the entire outfit. If you still love showing a little shoulder, there are elegant ways to do it that feel intentional instead of accidental. Wide straps give you a stable, modern look without sacrificing that open neckline. Halter necklines lift the shoulders, lengthen the torso, and add a subtle touch of drama that works beautifully in this age group. And an off-shoulder dress with sleeves is one of the best-kept secrets for mature style. It highlights the collarbone, brings softness to the face, and offers coverage exactly where you want it. You still get that feminine romantic feel, but with added structure that keeps you looking poised all day. This is the kind of upgrade that doesn't just improve the outfit, it elevates your whole presence. Dress number 3 is the loud, logo-heavy dress. The kind covered in monogram prints or oversized designer names splashed across the chest, hem, or sleeves. These pieces might feel trendy, but on a mature woman, they often work against the elegance you naturally carry. The loud branding tends to overpower your features instead of complementing them. Instead of seeing you, people see the brand first. And while there's nothing wrong with enjoying luxury, wearing pieces that scream for attention can disrupt the quiet confidence that looks so beautiful on women over 60. These dresses also date quickly. A logo pattern that feels fashionable today can look tired by next season, leaving your outfit feeling more about the label than your personal style. The alternative is embracing dresses that communicate luxury through quality, not logos. When you choose pieces made from rich fabric with clean tailoring and thoughtful construction, you instantly look elevated without having to advertise anything. Subtlety has a powerful presence, especially at this age. A well-made dress in a solid jewel tone, a refined print, or a textured fabric speaks far louder than any logo ever could. The focus shifts back to you, your posture, your skin tone, the way you move, and that's where your style should live. Quiet elegance never competes with who you are, it enhances it. This approach also encourages a wardrobe with longevity. Understated pieces don't expire with trends, and they allow you to create a signature look rather than chasing whatever is currently in. When the dress fits well, drapes beautifully, and feels good on your skin, you carry yourself differently. You look expensive without trying, refined without effort, and stylish without depending on a brand name to validate you. This is the kind of dressing that ages with you gracefully. Instead of shouting, it whispers confidently, intentionally, and with the type of poise that only comes with time. Dress number 4 is anything made from cheap synthetic fabric, especially those shiny, plasticky materials that reflect every bit of light in the room. These fabrics tend to cling in all the wrong places, highlight textures on the skin, and flatten your silhouette instead of flattering it. Many of them don't breathe, so you end up feeling warm, sticky, and uncomfortable long before the event is over. Thin jersey fabrics are another culprit. They stretch out, pill after a wash or two, and lose their shape quickly. When the fabric collapses or clings, it takes away from the polished, intentional look that mature women deserve. And because these synthetics often look inexpensive under both natural and artificial light, they can unintentionally cheapen an otherwise thoughtful outfit. A far better investment is choosing dresses made from natural or high-quality blended fabrics that treat your skin kindly and give you structure where you need it. Cotton, linen, modal, silk, and refined rayon blends move with your body instead of fighting against it. They drape instead of cling, they breathe instead of trap heat, and they hold their color and shape for years. Ponte knit is another gem for mature women. It's sturdy, structured, and smooth, which means it supports your silhouette and creates clean lines without feeling heavy. These fabrics elevate even the simplest dress design, and because they photograph well, you always appear put together, no matter the angle or lighting. When you choose quality fabrics, you instantly give your wardrobe staying power. Good material doesn't wrinkle at the slightest touch, doesn't lose its form, and doesn't dull your shine. It enhances everything: your complexion, your posture, and your overall polish. The difference is obvious, even from across the room. Instead of the dress wearing you, you wear the dress. And this is especially important in your 60s and beyond, when fit, comfort, and elegance matter more than ever. High-quality fabric allows you to feel comfortable, confident, and effortlessly elevated every time you step out. Dress number 5 is the matronly, old-fashioned church lady. Dress many women fall into out of habit rather than choice. These are the overly conservative, decades-old silhouettes that rely on boxy cuts, stiff shoulder pads, heavy floral prints, or shapeless designs that hide your figure instead of celebrating it. They were fine in their time, but today they tend to age you faster than your actual age ever could. These dresses often add unnecessary bulk, shorten the frame, and give an outdated look that doesn't match the confidence, freedom, and personality that women over 60 now embrace. Instead of expressing your style, they mute it, and they don't align with the modern, vibrant life many mature women are living today. A smarter direction is choosing updated classics that still offer modesty and comfort, but with a modern twist. A contemporary shirt dress is a perfect example. It's structured but relaxed, polished but approachable. The clean lines create length, the collar brings presence, and the overall shape flatters without overwhelming. A refined sheath dress is another beautiful upgrade. It gives you a sleek, elegant outline without being tight or restrictive, and the updated necklines available today, boat necks, soft V-necks, square cuts, frame the face beautifully. These silhouettes keep your look current while still honoring the dignity and grace that come naturally with age. Wrap dresses also play a major role in shifting away from the matronly look. They define the waist, soften the midsection, and add ease to the hips while still looking intentional and elevated. Modern prints and fresh colors make them feel lively rather than dated, and the flexibility of the wrap style means you can adjust it to exactly where you feel most comfortable. These updated options prove that modesty doesn't have to mean outdated, and elegance doesn't require losing your personality. When you swap out those old church lady cuts for modern classics, you instantly step into a version of your style that feels fresh, confident, and completely in tune with the woman you are now. Dress number 6 is the horizontal stripe dress, and while stripes can be beautiful, this particular direction often works against the natural lines of a mature figure. Wide horizontal stripes slice the body into sections, drawing the eye side to side instead of up and down. That visual effect can make the torso appear wider, shorten the frame, and create a boxy outline that doesn't honor your natural shape. Busy stripe patterns exaggerate this even more, especially when the colors contrast sharply. Instead of giving movement or interest, they overwhelm the silhouette and take attention away from your features, your posture, and the elegant presence you naturally carry at this stage of life. A much more flattering approach is choosing dresses with vertical or diagonal patterns that guide the eye along the length of the body. Vertical stripes elongate instantly, adding height, streamlining the midsection, and bringing a sense of flow that looks graceful on mature women. Diagonal stripes do something even more special. They create movement and softness, giving a gentle visual lift that flatters curves without exaggerating them. Color blocking in vertical panels is another powerful tool. When done well, it sculpts the shape visually, creating the illusion of a slimmer waist and longer lines without relying on clingy cuts or compressive fabrics. Solid colors, especially in rich jewel tones, are another gorgeous alternative for women over 60. Deep emerald, sapphire, ruby, amethyst, and copper tones complement deeper skin beautifully without overwhelming it. They bring elegance and presence without any busy distractions. And for days when you want a little something extra, subtle tone-on-tone patterns offer interest without adding bulk or breaking the body line. These are the kinds of dresses that elevate you the moment you slip them on. They highlight your natural beauty, they flow with you, and they create a clean, elongating silhouette that feels modern, confident, and refined. Dress number 7 is the drop waist or empire waist dress. And these two silhouettes can be surprisingly unflattering on mature women. A drop waist pushes the waistline far below its natural position, usually around the hips, which creates a long, heavy torso and a short lower body. Instead of giving shape, it flattens the figure and removes the curves that bring softness and balance. Empire waistlines do the opposite by placing the seam high on the ribcage. While this can work for some body types, on women over 60 it often reads as maternity style, especially when paired with flowing fabric that balloons outward. Both styles tend to blur the natural waist entirely, and once that line disappears, the body can look shapeless, boxy or swollen, even when you're not. A far more flattering direction is choosing dresses that honor the natural waist. A dress that hits at or just slightly above your true waist instantly creates proportion, bringing balance to the bust, waist and hips. Fit and flare silhouettes are especially powerful because they define without squeezing and give movement without adding volume. They skim through the midsection and then drape outward in a fluid, elegant way that celebrates curves instead of hiding them. A belted dress achieves the same effect with even more flexibility, letting you adjust the cinch to your comfort. Dresses with gentle structure in the torso, like princess seams or strategic paneling, also help sculpt the body visually, giving a smooth, refined outline without any tightness. Wrap dresses remain the gold standard when you want definition with ease. They allow you to control where the waistline sits, how tightly it ties, and how much shape you want to emphasize that day. The V neckline elongates the neck and opens the face, while the wrap itself creates a natural curve through the waist and hips. For women over 60, this combination of structure and softness is unbeatable. You look polished, balanced, and modern without sacrificing comfort. When you move away from drop waist and empire silhouettes and embrace cuts that respect your natural proportions, your entire look shifts. You appear taller, more confident, and effortlessly elegant, exactly what aging with style is all about. As we wrap up, remember that this isn't about restricting yourself or following rigid fashion rules. It's about choosing pieces that highlight the woman you are today. Your 60s and beyond are rich, expressive years, and your wardrobe should reflect that confidence. The right dress can lift your posture, brighten your presence, and remind you that elegance doesn't fade with age, it evolves. When you avoid cuts and fabrics that work against your shape, and instead choose silhouettes that flatter, support, and celebrate you, getting dressed becomes a joy again. Style at this stage is an intentional choice. It's not about chasing trends or dressing like you did 20 years ago. It's about embracing clothing that makes you feel powerful, beautiful, and completely at ease. Quality, fit, and thoughtful details matter more than ever. And once you start leaning into pieces that elevate rather than age you, you'll find that your entire wardrobe begins to feel more cohesive, more luxurious, and more reflective of your personality. If you enjoyed this breakdown, I'd love to hear from you. What dress style do you reach for the most these days? Share it in the comments so we can keep the conversation going. And if you want more style tips designed for women who are aging with intention and confidence, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Remember, you're not aging out of style, you're aging into it. I'll see you in the next one.